What is up again? I feel like I say the same thing every single time. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a little tired at this point. I've done a bunch of videos and it's been a long day. It's 7, well, you can see, 7:20 p.m. All right, no more excuses. Here we go. The last one, everybody. This is our client journey. This is probably more or less the most important in a way. This is obviously where all the money comes from. So, this one is very simple, and it's honestly an even better version or a better example, probably the best example of moving cards from list to list. All right. So we have, we start off here. This one's probably the most simple because we don't need any resources really as of now. This is one I just set up myself. I didn't use any templates or anything, which is why there's no fun stuff in it. I probably should add something fun in here. But yeah, so potential clients, these are all kind of the clients we're currently looking at right now as clients we're actually going to pitch to or we have already pitched. So I'm going to go through this and use a test here. We're going to put AJ Mathis the second. So this is, let's just say, this is an example of a client or a music person that you met or saw or think would be interesting. Anybody can be a part of adding potential clients, which is, I mean, that's what's so cool about this is we all know music. We all know good music. We all see people. We all go out, you know, all this different stuff, and we meet people. And if there's somebody that you're just like, oh my gosh, this artist is so good and they'd be so perfect just to record or whatever, you could come in here and type in the card. Of course, it would show who did it. But you can also, I'm actually going to use an example, or we're just going to go to Google, and I'm going to copy the URL. Sorry, I should have explained what I was doing, but you can add an attachment here, paste a link, which is cool. It's just Google. You can name this, well, I guess I'll just name it Google, but it would be, you could attach their Facebook, you could attach their Instagram, you could attach whatever, their website, and attach it here. And it's really cool because now if I, you know, I'll get notified and, oh yeah, there's somebody put a new thing. Oh, that's cool. Show details. Oh, it was Josh. Neat. And you could click the link and it would take you to that page. And you can instantly listen to the music. You could find all their contact info. Or if you had a number, if they gave you their number or whatever, you could type it in here, which is pretty cool. So we'll start with them. So let's just say I was going through this list. I'm like, oh, cool. I contacted them. They're interested. And we set up a meeting. So I would grab this and go to meeting setup. And I'd probably put like the date and time or something. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, you go to meeting setup. So, which is how I feel all of these in the beginning should go, is we should always meet with these people. We shouldn't just have, you know, phone conversations or email. Like it needs to be very personal. So yeah, meeting set up. So let's just say we had the meeting. We kind of gave them the pitch. After the meeting, I sent them over, you know, the whatever, what we do, what it cost, all these different things. Then I would have them move into this awaiting answer. So here, just like Starving the South, which I'm actually behind on my due date here, but here I would add a due date. And it'd almost be like a follow-up due date. So if I'm waiting on the 27th, I'd probably put it like a week later or something. Let's go over to October, or what, we're on the 7th, so that's Friday. So Friday, let's just say 12 p.m. You can do any of this stuff, but I'll just do it. Time of due date, save, and this will notify me when this is due, the day of or whatever at this time, which is kind of cool. So we have a due date here. So if they didn't reach back to me or give me an answer, I would follow up with them. And when I did follow up, I'd probably just click this and I would add another follow-up just in case they don't answer. And then, yeah, so let's just say that they did follow up or they sent back after the follow-up and they're like, oh, yeah, we'd love to do this. Then you would bring them to the yes. And when they come in here, this is where this is where booking starts. So I'd have whoever's in charge of booking, I would have them watch this card so that anytime anybody comes in there, they would immediately send them what they need, the materials they need, all the info. They get them started with an account. They'd get them started with this app called Acuity that does all the scheduling. Basically, this is saying like, okay, these guys are ready to go. Let's do this thing. And then once they get set up with everything and their first session is booked, then we would put them into this schedule for recurring. So this will be our list of all current clients, like every client that we're using, every client that's whatever. And what's cool about this is anybody can come in here anytime if they needed to contact them. We'd put all their information within these cards. We'd put whatever in the description. We put any email addresses, the way they want to be contacted, all this stuff. It's kind of like a client information, and it'll match. Actually, it'll match our CRM, but this is just a little bit more visual, and so that everybody can see what's going on. And then if they ever stop services, of course, we'd go to stop services. And then if, just as an example, if we were awaiting the answer and they said no, then we'd take this card and we'd actually move it to the no. So then we'll have a whole list of clients, or well, clients we wish we had that were in this no category. And this is powerful because we can actually reach out to these guys again. So, in 3 months or 6 months or something, we can kind of send them a message and just kind of catch up and see if they're even making any new music or what's going on. Got any shows coming up? And we can kind of just keep nurturing that relationship as long as we can until they get very annoyed and tell us to stop talking to us, which hopefully won't ever happen. So, and then maybe we can move them back into the yes, blah, and that would be a huge victory. I would probably create a label for that, which I don't think we have any labels on this one yet. This card is very this board, is very bare bones. It hasn't been fine tuned because we're not really at that stage yet. We're not booking anybody. Starving the South is the only one in here because it just kind of happened. It's sort of an accident. So we're awaiting them to actually give us their final answer, which is why they're in here. And then we'll move them into their appropriate category. But anyway, that's it for this one. So that is the final video. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock.